forgot what I was going to say. Hey everyone, I'm Stone Coyote, and thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to do a really basic RPG. It's going to be the kind where you're just in the first person view and you get like a single quest from a single person. You know, it's not going to be a full game. I'm doing this to set up a game that I'm going to work on. It's called Tirdav. It's a port of my dreams game under the same name, but it was a text adventure then. Now it's going to be a first-person little dungeon crawler. And I figured this is a really good opportunity to show off a build as I do it. I tried to do this before with this very game, but as I watched the videos for editing and went to upload them, I realized I've learned way much about making a better game with the underlying blueprints and whatnot since I made that video. So we are going to go ahead and put my little logo away and get started on this game in Unreal Engine 5.6. I believe 1. So let's go. Okay, I've already got the Unreal Project browser fired up. I've clicked on games over here. I've clicked on first person. I used the arena shooter variant because it comes with, oh, if you didn't know, they added these variant things, and you can actually get some pretty cool stuff. None just gives you the old first person template. It's a new map, but it's the same old template we know and love. Arena shooter I haven't tried out yet, but it says it's an arena shooter with weapons, pickups, and enemy AI opponents, so that should be relatively easy. We've also got survival horror, which gives you a little flashlight or torch if you speak that sort of the language and whatnot. And it gives you a really dark, broody map with all kinds of cool lights and some dust flying around and stuff. It's a real good way to learn how to do all these things. Or you can have it throw all that stuff in and bloat your project up like crazy. We're going with arena shooter to get the asset types. Hoping that it actually comes with the little mannequin there. It's not too hard to put into a new project. I'll show you how if I need to. But it's always easier to do it that way. Oh, look, the logo's back. Hello, logo. This will be edited out. Logo's hiding the game. Alrighty. This is your gameplay tag manager. I don't think it comes up by default for people. I think it just comes up because I've always got it up in every project. I don't know. Ooh, look at all this stuff that's happening. We could probably just use this little map. No reason we couldn't, but let's go ahead and do some maintenance here. Okay, we got a new folder. Let's go with maps. Y'all remember that song, Maps? Okay, I'm a terrible singer. That's your punishment. For what? I don't know. You did it. Okay, sorry. Let's see here. We have maps, we have characters. I like to do something called the system core. I look at it like the core processor. Other things. We'll probably need some materials and textures. And for a game like this, we're gonna need an inventory. We're gonna need combat. We're definitely gonna need some kind of UI. Now, I did say this was a quick little tutorial, but it's a quick little tutorial as far as making a freaking RPG goes. I'm not going to put a lot of work into the details and stuff. I'm probably spending too much time talking right as I speak. That's some poor word choice. But Okay, other stuff we're gonna need. Enemies. Actually, I don't like that. NPCs. There we go. So we got inventory, we got maps, got the basic stuff like input, blah blah blah. We got the system core, we got the UI. Okay, let's start with the system core. We're gonna make a blueprint class. Click all classes, game instance. Game instance is where our save game and all of our variables is where our save game and variables are gonna live. Game instance. I don't know why my Razer keyboard doubles up on vowels sometimes. It's crazy. Anyways, game instance dot bloop. Just go ahead and save that for now. Right click it, click save. Other stuff we're gonna need in the game core. I like to have a blueprint actor for anything that's going to be narrative. I like to call it the storyteller. And this is something new that I've been doing in Unreal. This was my modus operandi in Dreams to make separate little, I call them chips for every, actually I think they were called chips. I don't know, man. So basically, instead of having one big thing like on the game instance or something that's running all kinds of other crap, just have a bunch of little stuff that runs the stuff that it needs to. And that's going to make sense soon. I'm also going to do a quick rundown on dependencies and interdependencies here. System core, we are also, well, I'm talking about it, going to need libraries. And what these are function libraries, and you have to be careful with these. Blueprint function library dot, let's say, this interface will be for interaction. Now, the reason I say you have to be careful with interfaces, let's just open this one up while I'm on the thing. And this function can be, this is interaction, check interaction availability. You ever used a blueprint function library? They're really neat, but they're really dangerous. So, blueprint function library, see this check interaction availability? Now we can use that from anywhere. And this seems really freaking great, right? I mean, how much more awesome can it be? Let's go ahead and open up our character, right? Camera manager. Why did they add that? Interesting. Okay, now if you look at our character's size map, 52.6 megabytes, you've got the skeleton, you've got the animations. It's basically skeleton UI and animations, right? So that's groovy, that's all great. It's not a lot. Now, let's say, have I actually added anything? Let's add, oh, that's silly. Let's add a folder, interactive objects. Really good one I like to make first, blueprint class. Doing this as an actor because it's just a thing that's sitting there. Actor is sort of, it's more of a prop, really. Actors don't move that much. So anyways, we're doing a treasure chest. Okay, great. Save it now. Just to show what I'm getting at here. Once again, size map, 52.6, even though I've already created that thingamajig. Okay, so where did you go, treasure chest? Let's open that up. Let's go to class settings. Let's go to, did I not use BPI? Did I not name that correctly? What was I thinking? Right. Right. I'm getting ahead of myself. This is showing the dangers of the blueprint library. My bad. We don't need class settings. Okay, so let's say, wait, I do need class settings. No, I don't. Wait, what am I doing here? This is going to be so heavily edited. What is our thing? Check interaction availability. Do it on play. Alright, now check this out. Interactive objects. Size map. Now we've got this. Notice that? Now watch this. If I'm remembering right in how badly this is done. Okay. Oh my god, I forgot the name of it already. Check interaction availability. We just need to hook it up to make sure it's active. Now, if I remember correctly, oh, yep, is that weird? How was I doing that? There was a lesson here, but I seem to have forgotten it. Weird. Sort of irrelevant, I guess. Since it's not showing up, right? Oh, right. This is what I was relying on in the other tutorial. Okay. So check interaction availability. Let's say input is origin player reference. And make this an actor. Object reference. Okay. Is that it? Now, how's this happen again? Well, it's not important. I'm sure it'll come up. We'll find that eventually. There was an issue I found with that, but apparently it wasn't too dangerous. Anyways, so we have that. What was I doing? Let's check how long this has been going. Only 15 minutes. Great. Yeah, we're just making some stuff for now. Okay. NPCs. Where do we have? Here we have. Yes. So we will have a skeletal mesh to use. With the old thingamajigs. Let's make this a character. BP for blueprint underscore NPC underscore base. And the reason we're going with all them underscores and whatnot is actually very practical. If we ever need to copy it, we'll just be able to... Son of a... Used to be able to just click under the underscore, but there you have it. Everything's messing with me today. They've gotten rid of my brain's melting. Anyways, going to the NPC base. Let's go ahead and get a skeletal mesh asset. And we have many simple. Freaking perfect. Okay, and might as well give him ABT unarmed. That way he just stands there and goes, oh. Alright. But the things we're gonna need aren't function libraries. I was a little confused. We're making interfaces. Interfaces make magic happen. Go into blueprint over here. Click blueprint interface. Blueprint interface. NPC. Check these out. Check interaction. And let's go with interact. I mean, that's really all we need from an NPC, right? To check if we can interact and to interact. Now, here is an actual lesson we're going to learn about dependencies. I don't know what I was rambling about before, but there you have it. So, and let's just review something real quick. Remember we have NPC base, size map, 52 megabytes. It's not connected to anything but itself. First person, size map, a little bit more to think about. Right, okay. Now what happens if we get actor class? Here's where the ugliness begins, my friends. Where's the everything? Begin play. And let's make that class NPC base, right? Alright, and then we'd call something in the NPC base, do this, do that. Great. This sumbitch engine is just making a fool out of me. Oh no. No. My bad. Look, we are now linked to NPC base. Say what? Alright. Let's just go ahead and do that. And then that. No more NPC base. Now, what that means, when it's in the size map, anytime the asset is loaded, it's loading all of that. So anytime your first-person character blueprint is loaded, it's referencing every single thing in there that says get actor. Get actor of class, get actor with interface. So, let's go ahead and get around that, shall we? We have our NPC base, right? Let's go into class settings. Let's go to implemented interfaces, BPI, NPC. Great, we have interact, we have check interaction. Interact, bloopity bloop, print string, because we're just testing out a theory here. What's up? Great. Now, go into first person, on begin play, get all act. See, I lied to you before. This one doesn't cause hard reference. With interface does not. So, interface NPC. Here's where the magic happens. From that funny little square, look, I'll zoom in. From the funny little squares there, that means it's an array. And in that array, that means there's multiple things. Well, there can be multiple things. All of the actors with this interface. So for each of those, what we want to happen is this. But we know there's only one. We're not going to double completed. What we're doing here is event interact. So from this array element, event Isn't that what you have? Yeah. What's going on here? Here it is. Weird. Why didn't it show up before? Anyways, I was just looking in the wrong place, I'm sure. But when something is... See, look, if we do this, and we go to begin play, and we go to compile. Gives us an error because this interface isn't here, so we have to tell it where that interface lives. Right? So what we're doing is we're getting every actor that has that interface. And for each of them, we're running that interface. Now, normally, there's a much better way to do this. Oh, it's doing it on consonants too. Isn't that nice? Okay. Yeah. Where is it? Where's the thing? Actor, begin, overlap. Now, if the other actor does implement the interface, put a branch, put a branch off a boolean, you drag the boolean out and press B while you're still holding it down. And that interface, as we know, is NPC. Then, from the other actor, interact. Now, we're going to have to actually put it in the gameplay screen to test this. Oh my god, it's almost 4:20. Okay, so where's my NPC? So let's put this guy here. Now, oh, do not know what I was thinking. We are missing a crucial element here. Go to the viewport, click on add, and you want a box collision. Put that just outside of your own collision. You can make it tall if you want. You can make it wide if you want. You can leave your friends behind. Alright, so... doing this wrong. Okay. Click box. Interaction detect Bob. There we go. And on this, we want on component begin overlap. Thank you. Now we run this up here. Very good, very good. Other actor does it. Son of a bitch. If it implements it, we're going to cast this. And let's just double check here. Only itself. And only itself. So by using the magic of the interface, we avoid... Oh my god, it's actually 420. Wowza. Okay. So, we are now able to interact without a hard dependency. Alright. Supposedly, we haven't tested that yet, have we? Click the three little dots, click new editor window, and that works just so. What's up? What's up? See? So there you have that. Obviously, we're gonna do better. This should actually be check interaction. And that should actually be the one saying what's up. Wanna talk? And on interact, which we have not yet set up. Word. Okay. So, now we have other things to do, right? Let's go ahead and save this one right here. Pardon me. Let's go into input. Let's go into actions. Right click, input, input action IA, interact. Ooh, we're gonna make a trigger, so click the plus, and that's on. No, we can just do released. Groovy. So that's when you let go of the button. Instinct might be pressed, but then if you press it and hold it, it already went. I like to do when released. It just feels more snappy. So, now that we have the input action, go to IMC default. This is the input mapping controls. Click the little arrow next to mappings, click a plus, go ahead and select IA interact, click the arrow. I'm going to put it on E. Nice and simple. Click the little keyboard, then press whatever you want to press on your gamepad, on your mouse, whatever you want to set it to. So, now we need to IA interact. Oi. And you want the one with the little arrow. And you also want completed, so when released. We're changing this. We're going to keep it on if it's an NPC. No, we don't. We don't need to change anything for that. Let's go ahead and move this guy over here. Control X, Control V, uncompleted. And here's where we will implement, pardon me, NPC interface. No, we're gonna save our Control Z, undo that. We're gonna save our. I'm gonna save us some trouble later. And blueprint interface, BPI interaction. We will still have use. We're still going to have use for the NPC interface, but it's not. I was a little confused. I forgot my normal flow. Right? And the NPC interface is going to be different. It's going to have more specific stuff to NPCs. Don't know what yet. Probably some movement and behavior stuff for one. But let us go ahead and also add our interaction interface. Another thing is we can use. Check it out. No. Go to the BPI interaction. And this is a bit of a clunky way to go about it. But you can also do an NPC so that this only happens if it has both the interaction interface and is an NPC. I like to keep options like that available. Seriously, pardon me. I like to keep options like this available for gating. It helps when you start having a more complex game with treasures and NPCs you don't want to interact with, NPCs you do, so it is just the best way to do this. So if it is an NPC and it has interaction, I mean, either way, in this case, we're going to be begin overlap. Check interaction message. Wow, I really forgot to do that. Okay, let's not be silly. Let's help ourselves in organization. Overlapped vector. And now we do that instead. And boy golly, look how much cleaner that is. See, on these, the little interfaces, you're going to have to kill that hanging wire there yourself. Anyways, this is all details, of course. Now we have a nifty little double check. If it isn't an NPC, it'll check other things and all that. But for now, go ahead and just check the Ooh, I mixed those up. Okay, you go down here. You come up here because you're specific to NPCs. No, I was wrong again. Okay. So it has the interaction interface, but it doesn't have the NPC interface. For now, we're actually just going to do this exact same thing. I'm probably going to end up changing this a bit later. But for now, we're just getting it rough and ready, right? Okay. I'm filming, right? Crikey, okay. So we got all that action going on. And it begins to overlap. And when we hit interact, if our overlapped actor has the interaction interface, then we interact. Seems like a whole lot of steps for just a couple of steps, but that's the way the blueprint cookie crumbles, I suppose. Alright, now if we overlap, well, now that wasn't right. Whoops. Whoops. I don't think that's right. Talk by pressing E and word. There you have it. We have an interaction. I'm going to go ahead and pause this while that train happens, alright? Alright, so I think that's actually a pretty good place to break for the first episode. I'm looking at 38 minutes before editing. So that's probably a bit long for an introduction and get started episode. In this one, we set up the basic core of the game. We went over a couple of differences between function libraries and I remember how function libraries can get you in trouble. I mused over that inability to remember. I'll cover that in a future episode if it actually comes up. It's when you use getActor in the blueprint function interface. So don't do that, okay? I mean, because if you do that, anything using some gun, anything using that interface then links together to anything else using that interface. It causes a huge mess of interdependencies. Don't get actor in interfaces. Okay, but anyways, we mused over that. We set up some basic stuff, like we made a treasure chest. We haven't made it interactable yet. We made an NPC that we can interact with. It does it rather wisely. We set up a way for our character to interact with a key press or a button press, however you want to set it up. And we gave him or her, we gave them a little interaction zone. So anything inside this zone is the game checks if it can be interacted with, and if it can, and you press the interact button, it interacts. We set up a little control for the interact, and we set up some interfaces and the basics of a function library, which again will be useful as long as we don't use any get actors in it. In the next episode, we're going to set up the treasure chest, set up a very basic level using the standard blockout tools Unreal gives us, and then we're gonna actually make a tiny little dungeon that operates. We'll at the entrance, there will be an NPC. He's going to give us a quest. Oh, find the legendary pine cone of Maltherius, or some crap like that. And we're going to find the legendary pine cone of Maltherius, or some crap like that, and loot it. We're gonna set up a little turn-based 1 versus 1 battle, which we will be able to expand into multiple versus multiple, obviously. And after we set up the little battle, we should... That might actually be even episode number 3. I have a feeling that the interactions and setting up... Yep. Episode 2, we're also going to have to set up a UI. So that's going to be UI and setting up some basic interactions with loot. Alright, thank you for putting up with me rambling. Thank you for tuning in, and I will get to the next episode in a jiffy.